Hi friends, welcome back to Coffee and Cocktails. On this channel, I like to talk about budgeting, personal finance, planning, and productivity. I'm working to pay off debt, invest wisely for my future, and put myself in a better financial position. If that sounds like something you would like, please subscribe and let's get into today's cash stuffing video. Hi friends, welcome back. It is cash stuffing day, which is one of my favorite days of the week. I have $585 here to stuff my cash binders with, and I am just ready to get started. So I'm gonna start out with the alphabet challenge, like usual, to see if I find anything. So I have a five denomination challenge and a 10. So we're gonna check the fives. We're looking for any of these open letters to be the last letter of the serial number. So we'll take a look. It's been really hard to find anything. Yep, nothing there. All right, so we're gonna check the 10s as well. We've got a lot more options in 10s, so it just seems like it's harder to find. I budgeted 1 5 and 1 10 in hopes that we would find something, but we did not. So I'm gonna take that 10 and 5 and move them to the back of my tray here. Let me move everything up. And then I will reallocate those to other savings challenges once we get to that point. All right, so nothing there. So I originally had wanted to get 350s. You'll see I still might post it in here. I wanted to get 350s from the bank, but he only had 150 in his drawer. So it was either get 100 or get 20s and 10s. So I opted for the 20s and 10s just because I know the 50s aren't going into the same envelope. So getting a $100 bill didn't really make sense. So we've got only the 150 here. The rest is 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start here with groceries, which is getting 25, and it's a 20 and a 5. And I did already go through and update my trackers. That way it is just a good way to kind of double check myself as I go through. So groceries got 25, so it now has 20, 40, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 72. Yes, that is correct. How's everybody's month going? June is almost over, which is crazy. It's almost July. Dining out's getting 10. So dining out now has 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 115 in dining out. Does anyone have anything fun planned for either the weekend or for 4th of July, which is coming up here in the US? It is a holiday here, Independence Day. So that's coming up next Friday, actually, which is nice because that means I have a short work week because I've got Friday off. So, okay, coffee got 5. So it now has 20, 40, 55, 60. $60 for coffee. So a nice 3-day weekend here, which will be nice. Charging is getting 10. So charging now has 50, 60, 70, 81. Perfect. I kind of wish I had taken Monday as a vacation day and gave myself like a 4-day weekend, but I guess it's too late to do that now. Okay, so consumables is going to get a 5. So we skipped beauty. Okay, consumables getting a 5. So consumables now has 25, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5. 35. go, perfect. I'm just checking it off as I go, just to make sure I don't miss anything, because I've missed things before. Durables is getting a 10. Let's see if I have a nice 10. All right. Durables has 150, 70, 90, 205. So 205 for durables. Oh, no. It says 195. Did I count that wrong? 150, 70, 80, 95. Yep, 195. All right. Clothing is getting a $5 bill. I'm gonna have to remember when I get to the 50s. Car insurance, or yeah, 100. Ooh. Okay. So clothing has $6 now. Can't get much with that. That's all right. All right, fun is getting 5. Oh. So fun now has 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So $14 for fun. Entertainment is getting 10. So entertainment now has 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47. Ah. Correct. All right, let's see. Makeup. Let's see, so we skipped hobbies and fitness. Okay, so makeup is getting 10. That now is 15. I was just, no. All right, we skipped self-care. Gifts is getting 5. We go to $5 bill. All right, so gifts has 10, 15, 25, 35, 36, 37. Lots of 5s in here. Need to condense that at some point. And nothing in stationery. All right. All right. So now we are moving into our long-term sinking funds. So, I just love this little sticker. So cute. Treat yourself. I skipped. Annual subs is 25. 20, let's take a nice 5. Actually, let's take a gross 5 because I know I need to pay something very soon. All right, so annual subscriptions has 100, 200, 300 in the bank, 50, 70, 90, 400, 10, 15, 16. So 416, that's correct. All right, okay, car insurance. This was one that was getting a 50, but we will give this 2 20s and a 10 because the other thing that needs 50s is my 100 envelope challenges. So if I can do at least the one that's 87 with a 50, I think that'll help. So it's not too bulky. All right, so car insurance has 500, 600, 700, 800 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900. 900? Yeah, I guess 900. Yeah, okay. 20, 35, 36, or 7, 38. All right. I thought it was lower for some reason. Okay. that will get unstuffed at the end of July when I pay my insurance bill, which I have not received yet. I'm afraid I don't know how much it's going to be. Car registration is getting 10. So car registration has 100, 200, 300, 400 in the bank, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 450. Perfect. The goal on that is 700 by November. Work trips is getting $15. Oh. There will definitely need to be an unstuffing for this envelope. All right, let's see. So we've got 1,500, 600, 700 in the bank. So 1,700, 10, 20, 35, 6, 7, 37, 1,737 for work trips. And this is for expenses like that I'm responsible for. So my company pays for like food, drinks, my hotel, my flight, all that. But if I want to do like any sort of like touristy things or any shopping, that's what this money is for. And I have always been a spender, so I like to shop, especially when it's in a different country, because they just have different stuff, you know, that you can't really get here. And some stuff tends to be cheaper, which is nice. All right, so $10 going into vacation, which has 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 100, 200, 300. So 3,300 in the bank, 20, 40, 50, 65. 3,065. Yes. $3,000 of that is for my vacation in February. The rest, I do not know yet. Car insurance is going to get 5. All right, so, or not car insurance, renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. So that now has 20, 30, 45, 55. $55. No. 25, 35, 45. $45. Alright, so that is it for this binder. Oops. It's getting full. I need to unstuff some of that. Let's see, Disney right on top here is gonna get 5. I think this envelope is so cute. This is from a shop in Canada. I think it's called Little Potato Saves or Little Potato Saver. And it's so cute. I just love the little sparkle hologram for Disney, plus the Disney font. So let's see, $5 going to Disney. So we've got 100, 5, 10, 15. Oops, so 115. Perfect. All right, Christmas is getting $10. And I know I'm like $10 short of a placeholder on this one after I put this in. So kind of a bummer. So 100 in the bank, 50, 70, 80, 90. So 190 for Christmas. I think the goal is going to be, I'm thinking like 300. I don't have a ton of people to buy for this year just because I'm going to be moving. My lease is up on Christmas Day. So I will be quite busy. So I'm probably not going to see most people. I'm not going home for Christmas. Which for me, home is like where I grew up. Even though my mom lives here now and obviously I live here, home for me is still the Midwest, and that's where a lot of my friends and family still are. But I'm not going there this year since I've got to move, so I don't have a ton of people to buy gifts for. since I will not be with like the greater group, you know. All right, so MVC is going to get 20, just its normal 20. So MVC has 500, 50, 70, 90, 610, 620, 122, 622. Ooh, and I need to color in my tracker, and that's the correct amount. Let's see. So with this challenge, I have this little tracker. I have each of the Monstera leaves being worth $40. And so I do $20 a week, which means I do half of the leaf once a week. And I have it set that way, honestly, just so it was easy, like, you know, like an easy split. But overall, this will save $1,200, which is more than I need, but that is fine. It'll just roll over to next year. All right, so that is it for this binder. I haven't put anything in medical in a while. I really was just using this as like the last few dollars, or you know, if I got to it and didn't think I needed to like put the money into another envelope, it went in there. But I do have like an FSA account through my work, so, and I actually need to use some of it because with, I don't know if people are familiar, but an FSA account, you put money in there tax, like pre-tax, so it is tax-free, but you do have to use it by the end of the year. There's only a certain amount that can roll over to the next year, and so I need to make sure I use at least enough of that account this year so I don't lose it, because if you don't use it, you lose it, which is not fun. So all right, we are coloring in 2 envelopes. I'm not sure if you can still see. Let me put it over here. So we're doing the 87 and the 65. So let's do that. I'm gonna color them in first so they start to dry. So 87 and 65. I was hoping I could have done 3 this week, but these were high numbers. So it's just the 2. I mean, that's like, what, 150 or something? So it's quite a bit. All right, so 50, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87. So 50, 70, 85, 86, 87. And then for the 65, we've got 20, 40, 60, and 5. 20, 40, 65. All right. So let's do the 65. It's so hard to read. Okay. All right, so there's the 65. I like to put the 20s on top, and this 20 is nicer. I like the larger bills on top, or in front, I guess. There we go. So this challenge, I just got it off of Amazon. It was like $8. They've got different versions, but I just figured, you know, I don't need anything fancy for this. Because I was looking at like the 100 envelope box on an Etsy shop, and it was like $100, and I don't know. I didn't want to spend that kind of money on getting it when I'm trying to like save money. Like, that's kind of the point of the challenge. So this works fine. So 87, and I think it's cute, so I'm good with it. Maybe one day I'll upgrade to that box because I do think it's really cute, but for now, just going to use this. And this will save, overall it will save $5,050 once all of the envelopes are completed. So that'll be great. All right, and that is going towards my down payment fund. So we've got that done. All right, and we'll go back in here to our savings challenge binder. And let's go to the monthly challenge, which is getting 25 to finish it off. So we've got 20 and 5. All right, and I have my brown so I can color in the base of the palm tree. All right, perfect. So that is a completed challenge. So that is the June monthly challenge, all completed. These are available in my shop, either as like a physical item, which looks like this. It comes laminated, it's a glossy laminate, but I also have it as a digital download if you prefer that. I've been doing it all year long and I'm loving it. So you can choose whatever denomination you want. And I chose to do $5 for each icon. That way each month it saves me $200 and then that'll be $2,400 for the year. So far we've got 1,100 in the bank, then 50, 70, 90, 5, 200. So 1,200. Which is fantastic. All right, where is that? Monthly, okay. And then let's go to the 2025 challenge. Now I'm coloring in 4 numbers here. I've got the 40, the 30, 20, and 50, which it was 100 placeholder, and then 2 20s for the 40. So 140 going in. And let's just make sure we color the right ones here. So we've got the 30, the 20, the 50, that's 100, and then 40. So 140. And let's see what we got. All right, so for the 2025 challenge, we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 in the bank. Let's swap that for a $500 placeholder. Actually, do I have one? All right, I'm gonna swap that for a $500 placeholder just while I'm here. So I'm gonna take these five $100 placeholders out, put this in. So we've got 500, 50, 70, 90, 610, 630, 640, 640. So that's making some good progress. And it's small amounts, which is nice. So it makes it manageable. Oh, that was 0. All right. Why do I have an extra 10? All right, the 3 is going in the mini. I don't know why there's an extra 10. I will have to watch the video and hopefully I figure it out. If you noticed it, let me know down below, because I have 0 clue right now. If I figure it out in editing, I'll put it on the screen. But as of right now, I do not know. So the mini now has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So $15 for the mini. That's exciting. All right. I don't know where this would have been. I know I messed up the 65 because of that whole 50 thing. Because I took 20s and it should have been 2 20s, or no, it should have been, yeah, okay. 20, 40, 50, this is 55, okay. 2 20s and 2 10s. There we go. Okay. Whew. Okay, so 20, 40, 50, 60, 65. That makes me feel better. All right, let's put that back. 65. You guys were probably like screaming at me when I did it. I was too busy talking and I was not paying attention, I guess. All right, there we go. All right, so we've got $20 left, or no, sorry, $15 left from the alphabet challenge. So let's see, where can we put it? I'd like to put the 1,000. Yeah, let's put it here. So we can put in the 1,000. There is a 15, or right here, we'll do this one. There's a 15 spot right here. Perfect. That was easy. All right. So now, the 1K challenge has 100 in the bank, 50, 70, 90, 200, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 230. So we are almost a quarter of the way done with the 1K. So that's great. I'm put on here 1K, 15. Oops, we did the mini. All right, perfect. All right, so that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I am close to 1,000 subscribers when I am filming this, so I'm hoping I get there soon. I might be there when this comes up, but I don't know. But I'm gonna do a giveaway as soon as I reach 1,000 subscribers. I've had the giveaway items for a while, so I'm just really excited to give it away. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe, and let me know down below how your month went, how like the month of June went, and if what you're excited for the month of July. And yeah, otherwise I will see you in the next video. Bye.